The streets of Chicago are about to explode, and Tommy Egan is standing right in the middle of the fire. The new season of Power Book 4, Force, is no ordinary continuation. This isn't just another chapter in the Power universe, it's the storm fans have been waiting for. Season 3 promises blood, betrayal, and a brutal fight for control, and the latest teaser just dropped enough new footage to set the fandom buzzing. When we talk about Tommy Egan, we're not talking about a man who hides in the shadows. We're talking about a force of nature. He's not afraid of consequences, not afraid of rivals, and definitely not afraid of the city that's been trying to swallow him whole. Chicago thought it could break him. Instead, Tommy is about to break Chicago from the very first frame of this new teaser. The tone is clear, danger is everywhere. The streets are alive with whispers of shifting power, rival crews making their move, and betrayal just around the corner. You don't need flashy words to understand what's coming. The looks on people's faces, the tension in the air, the quick cuts of violence all tell us the same story. Chicago is no longer a city waiting to be conquered. It's a battlefield. And the most dangerous player on that battlefield is Tommy. The hype is real because this season feels different. The teaser doesn't just remind us of Tommy's past, it pushes us to think about his future. How far is he willing to go? What lines will he cross this time? And the bigger question, can he hold on to the empire he's trying to build when every move puts a target on his back? This is what makes the energy so electric. Every second of the footage screams war. Every second reminds us that in Force, there are no safe bets. But what makes Season 3 stand out is how much bigger the stakes feel. It's not just about Tommy making his mark anymore. It's about survival in a city where enemies come from every direction: cops, gangs, and even the people closest to him. The teaser shows glimpses of backroom deals, tense face-to-face standoffs, and Tommy walking into situations that look like they could go sideways at any moment. The music, the pacing, the way every shot lingers, it's crafted to tell fans. This is the season where the fight for Chicago explodes. Tommy's journey has always been about carving his own path, but in Chicago, that path is soaked in blood. The teaser hints at new alliances, but also cracks in loyalty. The way people look at him, half respect, half fear, tells us the game has changed. He isn't just another hustler trying to rise up. He's the center of the storm. And the storm is only getting stronger. For fans who have followed the Power universe from the beginning, this moment feels massive. Ghost had New York. Kanan had his origin story. Tariq has his own path in Power Book 2, but Tommy? He's the one rewriting the rules in Chicago. Season 3's teaser positions him not as a man chasing power, but as a man who has become power itself. Every rival knows it. Every ally feels it. And the city of Chicago? It's bracing for impact. As the footage rolls, the message is clear. This isn't just Tommy against one rival or one crew. This is Tommy against Chicago itself. And that's the kind of story that has fans already theorizing who will survive, who will switch sides, and who will finally fall. The voice of the teaser, the raw street visuals, the heavy beats in the background, it all works together to make one thing certain. Season 3 is going to be the wildest ride yet. Asterisk. The second teaser wastes no time. It hits you with flashes of raw energy that feel less like a promo and more like a warning. Every shot is fast, sharp, and heavy with meaning, and when you slow it down, you realize each frame is telling a piece of the larger story. This isn't just background filler. It's a roadmap to where Tommy's war is heading. The first thing fans notice is the streets. Chicago looks colder, harsher, and more unforgiving than ever before. Empty alleys, tense corners, neon-lit bars, they're not just locations, they're battlefields. You can feel the city breathing like a living character in the show, waiting to see who will dominate it next. Then comes Tommy, stepping into the frame like he owns it. No hesitation, no second guessing. His walk alone says everything. He's not here to negotiate. He's here to rule, but the teaser doesn't just focus on Tommy. We catch glimpses of faces, some familiar, some brand new. A close-up of a rival's cold stare. A fleeting image of a deal happening under dim light. Quick shots of guns, cash, and tense handshakes tell us that alliances are forming, but they don't look stable. It feels like every handshake could turn into a betrayal, every smile could hide a knife. This is the heartbeat of the teaser. Trust is a luxury no one can afford. And then there's the violence. The cuts are quick, but the message is brutal. A car window shatters. A body drops in a dark hallway. A gun flashes in the night. We don't see the full story. But we don't need to. The imagery tells us that blood will spill in Season 3 and no one is safe. The way the teaser is edited makes it clear the war for Chicago is going to claim lives. And it's not just the enemies who should be worried. What stands out most is the balance between chaos and control. One moment, Tommy is in the middle of a shootout, chaos exploding all around him. The next, he's sitting across a table, calm, cold, and calculating, as if violence is just another tool in his hands. The teaser plays with this contrast, showing Tommy not just as a fighter, but as a strategist. He's not swinging blindly at enemies. He's planning, he's waiting, and when he strikes, it's with precision. There's also a heavy focus on Chicago's power struggle. We see quick flashes of meetings that feel like they could shape the whole season. Rival crews in smoky rooms, heated words exchanged, and faces that tell stories without a single line of dialogue. The tension is thick. Everyone wants a piece of the city, but the city isn't big enough for all of them. The teaser makes one thing clear. Every character we see has skin in the game, and the game is only getting bloodier. Even the music in the teaser adds layers to the story. Dark beats rise and fall, synced perfectly with the action. Every gunshot, every glare, every heavy pause feels tied to the rhythm, pulling the audience deeper into the mood. It doesn't just show us the footage, it makes us feel it. By the end, the energy is so thick you can almost taste the danger. In short, the new footage is more than just hype. It's a blueprint. It tells us Season 3 is going to be raw, unpredictable, and unforgiving. Every frame is packed with tension, every cut screams survival, and Tommy is right at the center of it all. The teaser dares us to look closer, to read between the lines, and to prepare for the storm that's about to hit Chicago. Chicago has never been a city of peace. In Power Book 4, Force, the streets are carved into pieces, each one controlled by hungry players ready to kill for respect. But in Season 3, the fight doesn't just look bigger, it looks personal. The new teaser drops hints that the balance of power is about to snap, and when it does, the whole city will bleed. At the heart of it all is Tommy Egan. He's no longer the outsider trying to find his place. He's a king without a throne, and Chicago is both his prize and his curse. The footage makes one thing crystal clear. Tommy isn't just fighting rivals, he's fighting the very system that runs the city. Crews that once ignored him now see him as a threat. Old enemies rise from the shadows. New players step into the light, hungry to take a piece of his empire. And in a city this dangerous, even allies can't be trusted for long. The power struggle is layered. It's not just about who holds the corners or who runs the drug trade. It's about influence, control, fear. The teaser shows quick cuts of meetings filled with silent, tension, men and women staring each other down, no one blinking. Every deal looks fragile, every partnership looks like it could explode at any second. This is the true war of Chicago, not just guns in the street, but strategy in the boardrooms and whispered threats behind closed doors. Tommy, of course, thrives in this chaos. He's the kind of man who understands that power isn't given, it's taken. The teaser makes a point of showing him in positions of dominance, whether he's storming into a room or staring down rivals across a table. But there's also a darker undertone. For every moment of strength, there's a flash of vulnerability. A look over his shoulder. A silent second where you can almost see the weight of the empire pressing down on him. Because in a war this big, even the strongest players know one mistake can end it all. The rivals this season look sharper, hungrier, and more dangerous than ever before. The teaser doesn't name them, but the way they're framed tells us everything we need to know. Each one believes they can outsmart Tommy, each one believes they have the edge. But what they don't understand is that Tommy isn't just another hustler. He's a survivor of New York's bloodiest wars. He's been betrayed, hunted, and left for dead, and he's still standing. That experience makes him the most dangerous man in the room. And in Chicago, That kind of danger doesn't go unnoticed. The power struggle also feels bigger than just Tommy versus his enemies. The city itself is divided. Law enforcement is watching closely, waiting for the right moment to strike. Rival crews are building alliances in the shadows. And even within Tommy's circle, loyalty is being tested. The teaser flashes these moments like warning signs, faces filled with doubt, side conversations we're not meant to hear, and small gestures that hint at betrayal. It's not just about who controls Chicago today. It's about who can survive long enough to control it tomorrow. What makes this season's power struggle so gripping is the unpredictability. In past seasons, Tommy has always been the wild card, the one who flips the game when no one expects it. But in Season 3, the entire city feels like a wild card. The teaser makes it clear, every crew, every rival, every ally has their own plan, and no one is playing fair. This isn't just war, it's survival of the fittest. By the end of the footage, the message is sharp: Chicago will not bend easily. Tommy wants control, but control comes with blood, sacrifice, and enemies who will never stop coming. The city is a chessboard, and Tommy is moving pieces faster than anyone else, but even kings can fall if they underestimate the pawns. The teaser leaves us with one clear truth: Chicago is about to erupt, and no one is safe when the smoke clears. Tommy's war is not just another street fight, it's the kind of battle that decides who owns the future of an entire city. Every frame we've seen screams that the cost of power will be higher than ever, and only the boldest will make it out alive. By the end of the footage, the atmosphere feels heavier, almost suffocating. You can hear it in the silence between the gunshots, you can see it in the stares between rivals, and you can feel it in the way the camera lingers on Tommy, half hero, half villain, all predator. This is not a story where victories come clean. Every win leaves scars, and every move creates new enemies. Season 3 isn't asking if Tommy can rise, it's asking if he can survive the rise, without losing himself in the process. What makes this teaser so powerful is the questions it plants in our minds. Who will betray who? Who will bleed first? And who will stand at the top when the city finally picks a ruler? The footage never gives us answers, it only feeds the mystery. And that's what makes the hype so addictive. Fans are left to connect the dots, to argue over theories, to claim who they think will still be standing when the dust settles. But here's the real thrill. Season 3 doesn't just promise action, it promises evolution. Tommy is no longer just swinging at enemies with raw rage. He's colder, sharper, more calculating. He knows the rules of survival, and he's willing to break them all. Yet, even with his new edge, the teaser reminds us that the streets of Chicago don't forgive. Every ally he gains comes with risk. Every deal he makes is a gamble. And every step he takes forward could be the step that costs him everything. This is what keeps us glued to the screen. It's not just about guns and power, it's about choices. The teaser frames Tommy as a man caught between two paths: build an empire that could make him untouchable, or push too far and lose it all in one fatal move. That tension, that razor's edge, is what will make Season 3 unforgettable. And now, the question turns to us, the fans. What do we think this war will cost Tommy? Will he crown himself the king of Chicago, or will the city bury him like it has so many before? Will old enemies prove too dangerous, or will betrayal come from inside his own circle? The teaser is daring us to decide, to speculate, to fight it out in the comments with our theories. So here's the challenge. Drop your predictions. Who survives, who falls, and who shocks us the most in Season 3? Do you believe Tommy will finally conquer Chicago, or will this season flip the game in a way none of us expect? Share your theories, because the debate is half the fun, and this war is too big for anyone to stay silent. One thing's for sure. Power Book 4 Season 3 isn't just television. It's a battleground. And when the first episode drops, it won't just be Tommy who's at war, it'll be all of us, watching, waiting, and holding our breath as Chicago decides who wears the crown. The streets are ready. The players are in place. And the fight for power has never been this raw.